While you're vlogging, you often need to spin the camera around and show somebody or something, a bit like this. But the problem with that is, you can't hear me very well. And that's because the microphone is only picking up what's in front of the capsule. Now, Deity released the D4 Duo microphone, which does have two capsules, front and back, so you can get around that problem. However, it doesn't work properly. It doesn't do what this is designed for. Sorry. But now, MOVO have sent me this. They call it the double mic, and as you've probably guessed from the title of this video, it works. So now I can talk to you like this and then flip the camera around and then explain to you whilst showing you this bridge that I used to walk past every day from school. Nice, isn't it? Grass needs a bit of a mow there. Stay tuned though, because I want to show you how this microphone sounds in comparison to the Rode Micro that I'm using right now. I'm also going to give you some tips on how to get better sounding audio in your videos. Can you hear these crickets, by the way? I was down here the other day with my dad and he couldn't hear them. And that's crazy because it's super loud. Listen to that. That is crazy loud for crickets, that is. Making my ears ring. Right, so let's have a proper listen to what this sounds like. This is a microphone test using the Rode Video Micro microphone. As you can see, again, I've got it at arm's distance away from me, usual vlogging position, and this is what it sounds like. Obviously, as well, if I go behind the microphone, it's really muffled and you can't really hear what I'm saying as clearly. This is a microphone test using the MOVO Doublemic. I've got it an arm's length away from me and this is what it sounds like. Now if I go behind the camera, my voice is now being picked up by the capsule on the back. So you should be able to hear me just as clearly as if I were talking in front of the microphone. So as you may have noticed, the MOVO microphone was slightly louder than the Rode Micro. And this is good because it means it's more sensitive and you don't have to turn the input level on the camera higher to get more volume. And that introduces more noise. So the fact that it's louder to start with is better. I just want to check something. If I'm this far away, does it sound quite muffled and echoey? Or if I get closer, is that a little bit more clearer? Is this meant to be used close up like this? So it's slightly muffled on the rear capsule. But if you just get a little bit closer, it really helps. So that would be my tip with this microphone. And it's still so much better than the Deity microphone. It's a little bit more pleasing straight out of the box without applying any presets or effects. It's just a slightly different frequency response that just sounds a little better, in my opinion. And once you've got the presets on, you can barely tell a difference anyway. So if you purchase one of these microphones, you'll get the microphone itself along with the built-in cable. Now this is actually a TRRS cable, which means it works for phones. I'm going to talk about that in a little minute. You get two fluffy windshields, one for either side, as well as two foam windshields, again, one for either side. You also get this little case here to keep it in, and then some compartments to put the accessories. So MOVO are actually kind enough to send me this hat. I'm not much of a hat person, but this isn't bad actually. I think it's alright. And also this mug. Look at that. Thanks, MOVO. This is a microphone test using the Rode Video Micro microphone. I'm currently outside and I'm using the fluffy windshield, and this is what it sounds like. This is a microphone test using the MOVO Doublemic. I've currently got the fluffy windshield on there. It's a little bit windy, but this is what it sounds like. And this is a test using the MOVO microphone without the fluffy windshield on. As you can see, it's here, and this is what it sounds like. It's not a crazy windy day, but it's fairly... what's the word? Blowy. So during the outdoor test there was a little bit of wind and you could definitely tell a difference between this windshield and this tiny little windshield here. I mean, clearly you're going to get better results with this one because it's got a huge foam padding in there, whereas this is just a tiny little thing. So we need more fluff. MOVO, give us more fluff. So you can actually use this microphone with your phone, which is really good because a lot of people are switching to their phones for vlogging these days and creating videos. But it's also got a headphone output jack, so you can monitor yourself when you're using your phone. You can actually switch which capsules are working at any time, so you can go from front to rear or both at the same time. And it's good just in case you get confused that it's actually labeled F and R for front and rear. The design of this microphone isn't bad really, it feels good quality. The only two things that I would change is the cable. I would like to be able to swap that cable out if anything goes wrong with it. And the other thing that I always say, the little mount on the Rode Micro enables you to clip your lead in there so that it doesn't wobble around. Because look at that, it wobbles around, whereas when you clip it in, it stays nice and secure. and these other microphones don't tend to have that feature. Maybe it's a patent pending thing, but yeah, I would like to see that, because although having said that, this one isn't too wobbly, but it has got a thread underneath that you can mount it to a tripod, which I like, because sometimes I might want to mount this to a desk and then speak right in front of it like this if I'm doing like a podcast style thing. So I did say I was going to give you a few tips for improving your audio in your videos. So here we go. Tip number 1 is get the microphone as close as possible to your audio source. So I've got my microphone here. You can't see it. It's just out of frame on a boom arm. It's really close. It's roughly 6 to 8 inches away from me. Nice and close. But that means your camera might be a little bit further away, and you'll have to either get an extension cable or a wireless kit or something like that. Then you want to make sure that you set your levels on your microphone and your camera correctly. Now the key is to have your camera input level as low as possible, and that will reduce the noise floor. The higher you go, the more hiss you'll get, and we don't want that. So if your microphone does have a volume control on it, turn that up and then bring your camera level down. You want to aim for your input level to be roughly between -12 and -18 dB. And then you can bring that up in post or when you add your presets. And then the last thing is use presets. I've got a whole pack on my website that you can download, and you just drag and drop those on, and they work in Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro. And they've got a variety of microphones, including small microphones like this, GoPros, phones, and then professional microphones as well. So go and check them out if you want your audio to sound better. And that keeps things super quick as well, so you don't have to play around with the EQ and the compression every time. So this is what the MOVO microphone sounds like before any presets are applied. This is the dry signal. And this is what the MOVO microphone sounds like with the presets applied. So this is what the MOVO microphone sounds like before any presets are applied. And this is what the MOVO microphone sounds like with the presets applied. As you can hear, it's a lot smoother, a lot richer, a lot more professional sounding. So those are what presets can do. So I'm really impressed with this microphone, especially for the price. It works really well. You don't have to mess about with it like the Deity. That was just a nightmare. Sorry, Deity. But this is great. I'm really happy with it, and I will be using it for any vlogs that I do or anything where I need to quickly swap round and still hear both people talking. Thank you very much, MOVO. If you want some more in-depth tips, check this video out up here. If you want to check out some other microphones, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and check those videos out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews, video reviews and breakdowns and much more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.